بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أوصيكم وإياي أولا بتقوى الله فقد فاز المتقون. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. All praise due to Allah Rabbul Alamin for all His blessing, and Allah keep on showering His forgiveness and His mercy every day in Ramadan and also every night. Firstly, we'd like to thank all the brothers and sisters who participate in the funeral prayer this morning for Allah Yarhama Sister Rahmah binti Muhammad Yusuf, and on behalf of the family members, they convey their warm salam to all of us, and also for those who tried their best to be in the graveyard with the family members. Now, brother and sister, we know sometime when you're in a mosque and there's a funeral prayer going on, but you still come across a group of people, especially sisters, who do not participate in the funeral prayer. There are two reasons for them not to participate in the funeral prayer. Number one, maybe they don't have the knowledge of how to perform the funeral prayer. Number two, maybe they do not know the great reward that Allah is going to give to those who perform the funeral prayer. The Prophet said, whoever participates in a funeral prayer, then he or she will be rewarded with one qirat. One qirat is the size of one mount of Uhud in Medina. We hope that inshallah in the future, any of the sisters so happen you are around in an area when there is a Muslim funeral prayer going on, you should try to participate in the funeral prayer to gain this special reward from Allah Rabbul Alamin. It was a great thing that happened to Allah Yarhama, because she was also fasting the day she passed away. And we know that whoever fasts in the month of Ramadan and they were invited back to Allah, Allah is sure to forgive their sin, and there's a sign of a good ending, Hussain Khatimah. And the Prophet promised them that they will enter a special gate to Jannah, the gate of Rayyan. So in the future, if you plan to die, you plan to die in Ramadan, inshallah. It's good to plan, to die. We plan to live, we plan to do this, do that. We forget to plan how to die. But Allah have remind us, وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ. In many ayah in the Quran, Allah remind the believer, make sure none of you die until you totally submit to Allah Rabbul Alamin. Willingly submit to Allah Rabbul Alamin. There is one that I'd like to share with the good brother and sister. The second thing that I like to remind all of Jama'ah, now when you are performing sunnah prayer, especially like qiyam in the month of Ramadan, if so happen that you arrive late, it's just like if you are a late comer for funeral prayer. If you come in and the imam is in his second takbir, if you know. If you do not know, you consider that this is the first. So you recite Fatiha. There's no dua iftitah for funeral prayer. Then the second takbir, you recite salawat, like how you recite the salawat, the full salawat in the tashahud while you're performing your prayer. Then suddenly the Imam gives salam. So you know that you are a latecomer. So you don't give salam yet. You have 2 more takbirat to finish. You must remember Salatul Mayyit, minimum 4 takbirat. So when the Imam gives salam, then you continue with the 3rd takbir by reciting the dua for the deceased. Then you takbir the 4th one, and you still can recite the dua for the deceased. Or you said, Allahumma la tahrimna ajraha or ajrahu. Look whether it's a male or female. Wala tudillana ba'dahu or ba'daha. Then you give salam. Now the salam for funeral prayer, highly recommended by the Prophet ﷺ to offer the salam to the right only. But if a person gives salam to the left, we still, we still agreed with them. But the Prophet, most of the time when he performed funeral prayer, he just gives salam to the right. For Qiyam, if you arrive late, you miss the 4 raka'at, the first 4. You know that after that, the Imam is going to perform his witr prayer. So you quickly do your 4 more by yourself. Then you try to join the witr with the Imam. We know that witr is the end of the day prayer. Meaning after witr, there's no more other prayer. A planned kind of prayers. But if we wake up, you want to make sunat wudu, you are allowed to do that. But special prayer after witr, there's none except the prayer that have something to do with some other ibadah, act of ibadah. Example, if you enter the masjid early before Fajr, then you should perform Tahiyatul Masjid. That is the right of the masjid. Now the only sunnah prayer that is not allowed when the fardu jama'ah prayer is on. When the fardu jama'ah prayer is on, no sunnah prayer is allowed. But it is just a sunnah prayer, like Qiyam is a sunnah prayer, so you can still do your own sunnah. Because the Prophet ﷺ did say in Sahih Muslim, Iza aqimus salah fala salata lahu illa maktuba. Rawahu Muslim. The Prophet said, when the iqamah of salah for fardu, not for sunnah, for fardu, because iqamah only apply for fardu prayer. Proton Iris RN 565. RN 565. Inshallah, we hope that they'll be doing something with this car, inshallah. Where were we just now? Now, iqamah only apply for fardu prayer. There is no iqamah for sunnah prayer. So the Prophet did say that when the iqamah for the fardu jama'ah prayer is on, fala salata lahu illa maktuba, there is no more sunnah prayer except that fardu. But when it's a sunnah prayer and you still have your own sunnah to complete, then you follow up with your own sunnah. No issue on that matter, inshallah. Naam. Oh yes. Naam. If you are still standing doing the second raka'at, now the iqamah is on, you should immediately give salam. Stop. That's what the Prophet ﷺ command the companions to do. And we are not used to it. I had that experience once. I was a student in Medina, because we are not been exposed to this kind of hadith. We thought that when you start your prayer, you should continue and finish yours. So I was just making my sunnah qabliyah, then the iqamah is on. I still have 2 rak'at. But some of the Arab brothers who was walking, yeah, towards the south, and they still, yeah, see me praying, they come to me and inform me, Salah Jummah, Salah Jummah. So deep in my heart, say these Arabs are very, very ignorant, you know. Yeah, I was talking that I think that we are better, no. Of course, sometimes we Malaysians always feel that we are better than others. So I was very upset too, but I managed to look at this guy for a while, you know, while praying. You know. But I still continue. I still continue with my sunnah prayer. So then after that, I joined the imam. Of course, I missed one rak'at with the imam. Then after finishing my prayer, I quickly rushed to the imam to complain to the imam. You know, to say that this guy, you know, have no respect to me when I was performing my prayer. He come and talk to me, you know. And so I want the imam to correct him. You know. My intention is that. So the imam called the guy, and the guy came, and then the imam was asking him what really happened. So he was saying that I just remind him not to pray anymore because they come out for the Jummah prayers on. Then the imam understand the whole situation and said, what he have done is true. That's what the Prophet want you to do. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, brother and sister, it's knowledge. Everything that happened, there is something good for the people who want to accept changes. But those who do not want, it's not easy. Yeah? They will still argue. You know, say, Imam also is wrong. Yeah? Because Imam, yeah, is not supporting him. You know, sometimes we have problem. You know? After they ask the Imam, Imam have their own stand against how he feel. He will say Imam also tak betul. You know, but Alhamdulillah, brothers and sisters, it's important. Let us look into this one hadith. Yeah? From Ala ibn Ziyad, who said, Sa'ala rajulun, yeah, Abdullah ibn Umar ibn al-As, faqal, Ayyil mu'minin afdal islaman. A man asked Abdullah ibn Umar ibn al-As, saying, which of the believer is the best in his Islam? Now we are Muslim means we are believer. But now the question is, which of the believer is best in Islam? Then he replied, Man salimal muslimun min lisanihi wa yadi. This hadith I did share with a lot of my students, my Jama'ah, in our Saturday class and also Sunday class. So he replied, Abdullah bin Amr bin al-As replied, the best, yeah, believer and the one who is best in his Islam is he or she from whose tongue and hand the Muslim are safe. That means people are very careful with what they say and what they do. You are not supposed to cause harm to others or to say anything bad about others. He asked, then the man asked Abdullah again, then what is the best jihad? Abdullah bin Amr respond again, he who strive against his own self and desire for Allah. Now this is very important. Man jahada nafsahu fi zatillah. Meaning, there is a war going on in all of us. And this war is very, very important for us to acknowledge because it is within ourselves. Meaning, majority of us normally will entertain our desire first. How we feel, how we think, not what Allah said and what the Prophet said in general. While you are learning about Quran and Sunnah, even you have the sound knowledge, but when Allah put us into a test, all the Quran disappeared, all the Sunnah disappeared. The one that will come out from us is how I feel, how I think. This is what that happened to all of us. So the best jihad is the person who strives against his own self and desire, so that they will follow what Allah wants them to do, not what their desire want them to do. Is that easy, brothers and sisters, to fight against our own desires? Is that easy? It's not easy. Of course, we know that. By yourself is worse. But with the good environment, it will help you. But if the environment is just like you, who also follow desire, you are gone. That is why the environment is very important. And that's why Allah said, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu kunu ma'as sadiqin. Oh, you who believe, if you want to safeguard your iman, then be among the righteous people. The people that will remind you of Allah, the people will remind you about what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that group of people, inshallah, will safeguard your iman. That's the best jihad. Then the guy asked him again, then which of those who migrate, hijrah, is best? There's a lot of movement going on, a lot of migration that took place among us. Either we travel from one state to another state, and from one township to another township, or we travel from one country to another country. We know there's a lot of foreign workers in our country. They migrate over here for what? For dunya. And that's why they get their share for dunya. The migration that was recommended by Allah and the Prophet is a migration to safeguard your iman. That is the only time Allah allowed the Muslim to migrate. Not because of economy, not because of other things, but purely because your iman is at stake. That means people are very hostile to you. Example, if one choose to be a Muslim, now the family member all go against him, disown him, he got to make a hijrah. If the country will come after him, he must make a hijrah. You know, there are some countries who do not allow the Muslim to even wear hijab. At that point of time, for those who love that deen, they have to get themselves prepared for hijrah. So this hijrah, he replied, he who strives against his own self and desire for Allah, that means our desire always is for dunya. But you must prepare to make changes for the sake of Allah, to safeguard your iman. If you are in an environment full of bid'ah, your hijrah to a sunnah environment is vital, is important. To safeguard your iman and your deeds, your amal. So you don't waste time doing things that displeasing Allah and against the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You know how dangerous if you do an act of ibadah against the sunnah. Do you know how dangerous is that, brother and sister? Do you know what will happen to our deeds if we do against the sunnah? Prophet said, Man amila amalan laysa alaihi amruna fahuwa raddun. It's a very serious matter. Whoever do an act of worship that was not from us, they create their own way of ibadah. They create their own way of zikr. You remember the dua that the Prophet recommended us to recite after each fardu prayer? Allahumma inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. Even if you want to make zikr, the Prophet said, ask Allah to help you how to perform the zikr that please Allah. Example, after witr, this is the zikr that the Prophet recommend by saying Subhanal Malikul Quddus. Subhanal Malikul Quddus. The third one, the Prophet called us to raise our voice louder. Subhanal Malikul Quddus Rabbil Malaikati Warruh. This is what the Prophet recommend his ummah to raise if you want to make zikr. And then the Prophet recommend us to continue, if you still remember, by saying Allahumma. Let us recite this. Allahumma inni, because we are reciting for ourselves now. Yeah. Last night, our Imam is leading you to recite for everybody, because everybody is here to recite for himself or herself. Then we say Allahumma inni. Then what you say? Inni a'udzu bi ridaka min saqatik wa bi mu'afatika min uqubatik wa a'udzu bika mink la uhsi thana'an alayk anta kama asnaita ala nafsik. If you want to make zikr after witr, this is what recommended by the Prophet. But if you do your own zikr, then the Prophet said, Man amila amalan. The Prophet is not saying that you do not do anything. You are doing an act of worship that was not taught by him. فَهُوَ رَدٌّ is a waste. Because it will not be accepted. There's the danger of bid'ah, where a lot of people take this very, very lightly. If bid'ah is okay, the Prophet will never say this kind of hadith, or the Prophet will never come up with this kind of statement. A very serious command from the Prophet that any act of ibadah you are not given the right to do until there is an evidence from Allah and the Prophet. This is what ibadah is. Religious matter belong to Allah and the Prophet. And religion don't follow you or my feeling and opinion. All of us must learn how to follow what Allah wants us to do. Now Allah loves people who remember Him a lot. وَالذَّاكِرِينَ اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا وَالذَّاكِرَاتِ أَعَدَّ اللَّهُ لَهُمْ مَغْفِرَةً وَأَجْرًا عَظِيمًا. Allah promised, for those male and female who always remember Allah a lot, I promise them that I'm going to forgive them and I will reward them with a great reward. This is what Allah said. Allah loves us to remember Him. But then how to remember Allah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent His messenger, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the Prophet taught his ummah what kind of zikr that the Prophet have taught us after witr is this. You don't want to follow, you follow your zikr. You can do your zikr, of course, but it will be a waste. A lot of people are not aware of this. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, now this guy who was asking Abdullah bin Amr bin al-As, is it something you have said, oh Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As, is this from you? Is this your opinion? The answer that you have given, is this from you or from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? You look at how the other companions, are very particular about a statement being said to him. He asked the Sahaba a question. The Sahaba answered him. He asked again. He answered him again. He asked again. He answered. Now, before he wanted to act upon that statement, he asked this guy, is this from you or from the messenger of Allah? Then he said, Abdullah bin Amr bin As said, Allah's Messenger Sallallahu said it. Then you look at the hadith in Sahih Muslim, you find out, I did quote this saying earlier, years ago, that the Prophet said, a good Muslim, al-Muslim, man salim al-Muslimun min lisanihi wa yadihi. A good Muslim is a Muslim who always protect his tongue and his hand by causing harm to another fellow Muslim. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us a good Muslim, inshallah. But in the same time, if you know that somebody is a liar, somebody is a cheater, you cannot just keep quiet. You must safeguard the other brothers or sister from become a victim. Important. Yeah. When you know, if you do not know, then you have no right to say anything. But when you know something is not right, and others do not know, you have the right to remind them. Because you cannot allow other people to cause harm to your fellow brothers and sisters. You cannot do that. Yeah. Brother and sister, tonight I have two announcements to make. The first announcement is there is a sponsorship program going on, yeah, by a group of good brothers, and I just received a call again today before Maghrib from a charity body from overseas to remind me about this program, that they want to sponsor. They have been sponsoring a lot of other Muslim brothers from abroad who is studying in Malaysia. Now they extend to the Malaysian brothers, yeah, only for brothers. That means those who have finished his SPM. Those who have finished his SPM, if you have any of your member families who have finished their SPM, they can come to us. The fields of study that they want to sponsor is not religious. It's social science, like economic, psychology, political science, sociology, international relationship, or relation. All these are academic, secular knowledge. No problem. But the condition, they must live in boarding accommodation, because they have a program to reinforce the Islamic value to all the students that they sponsor for 4 years. Yeah. Those who have finished the SPM, they can inform us. Yeah. Then inshallah we will, yeah, try to get further information after we got some of the names. Then if there's any kind of agreement that we need to have with them, inshallah we will follow up here on behalf of the Jama'ah, inshallah. Yeah. So you can contact me, inshallah. Yeah. This is the first good news for those people who have finished their SPM, and this is a very good program, because the team, they are very specialized in Quran and Sunnah. So they want to make sure the student that they sponsor, when after their study they stay in accommodation, and that's where the Tarbiyah al-Islamiyah is going to be reinforced, to make sure that these children will grow up to be the future da'i, inshallah. Yeah. Lastly, last 1 or 2 nights, we have our Jama'ah was asking, they don't see any special contribution box for Ramadan, so we just put it outside today, just to encourage all the people to participate in our Ramadan, for things that we have to spend, for the Rela who is here to guide us, to control the traffic and everything. So anybody who would like to contribute for whatever we are doing over here, you're welcome to contribute. The tabung is outside. Yeah, is next to the freeze, inshallah. Yeah. So there are two now. One is for the children education. Second is an opportunity for all of us to participate in doing something good in Ramadan in this markas, inshallah. But remember, on the 25th of June this month is our giving bantuan day for the poor, fuqara, masakin, mu'allaf qulubuhum, and the other asnaf. Yeah? That will take place, inshallah, on the 25th of June, inshallah. Yeah? But today we have the first wave have arrived, yeah, for financial help. Normally Ramadan, every day you will see in the daytime we have people walking in. Yeah? We do entertain for this group, and then 25th are those who we invite, and then after the 25th there will be two more exercise that we will go out. So we have three programs every Ramadan. One is to help those who walk in by themselves, either individual or group. Today we have a group already, about 11 families walk in with their children. Tomorrow we are expecting another wave to come in. But inshallah, whatever we have, we will try our best to help those who need our help, inshallah. Then 25th is the people that we have selected, we invited them to be with us, inshallah. We're going to invite them like every year, and the last one that will go outside, inshallah. So may Allah make it easy for all of us. Don't forget, when you want to make dua, don't forget to make dua for us too, yeah? For me and my family. We will not forget to make dua for all of you, and don't forget to make dua for those who have passed away. Yeah? The best time is before iftar and also in the sahur time. These two times is a very good time for us to make dua. So may Allah accept our deeds, accept our prayers, accept our dua. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.